All right, we're going to work with some postulates in this video. So why don't we define what that means? So a postulate is a statement that is assumed to be true. So when we're dealing with postulates, we'll just assume these are true facts. They have been proven by geometry mathematicians before us, and now these are true statements. So we have a thing called a segment addition population. So population, postulate. So let's just draw out an example. Let's say we have points A, B, C, D, E, and we have a segment going through all these points. Okay, so what the segment addition postulate tells us is that smaller segments can add up to bigger segments. So for example, we could say segment AC plus segment CE equals, now if we look, AC is this segment, CE is this segment. Do you see how that gives us the whole segment of AE? So we can say that the two small segments add up to a bigger segment. We could say other things. We could say segment AB plus segment BD equals, and then let's see what that would be. Here's AB, here's BD. That's going to give us from A all the way to D. So that's your segment addition postulate. Our angle addition postulate is pretty similar. So let's look at another, well, let's see. We have point A, point D, point C. My points are kind of sloppy. Point B. We have ray AD, ray AC, and ray AB. So there are three angles here. We have two smaller angles, right? This one and this one. So the angle addition postulate tells us that we can take those two small angles, so angle BAC, and remember we have to use all three letters because there's so many angles with a vertex of A, plus angle CAD. And let me show you what we just said. Here's angle BAC, so it's this angle right here, plus angle C to A to D, that's this angle right here. If you take these two smaller angles, they will add up to this big angle. So they equal angle BAD. Okay, now knowing these postulates, let's put them into practice. Oops. With a couple examples. So points F, G, and H are collinear if GH equals 16. So anytime they give us information, I do like to put that in the picture. You know, GH from here to here is 16. What is FH? So we want to know, what is it from here all the way to there? Well, we know that GH is 16. We also know that GH is 2x plus 2. So we can write an equation from that. We can say that GH 2x plus 2 is equal to 16. If we solve that, we're going to get our value of x and plug it in to answer the question they're asking. So this is just a two-step equation. 2x equals 14, divide both sides by 2, and we get x equals 7. So this happens a lot in geometry. You're going to set something up, you're going to solve for a variable. Great, you got x equals 7. It's so easy to move on to the next problem, but have we actually answered the question? They want to know what FH is. So if we look back at our picture, FH, they told us, is, well, using our angle addition postulate to go from F all the way to H. We know GH is 16, and we can add the other FH to it, 3x minus 1. So let's figure out how long that is. Well, we know that x is 7, so 3 times 7 minus 1. So that's 21 minus 1. I didn't leave myself a lot of room here. 20. So FG is 20. We can add those together to get FH is equal to 36. So just keep in mind, two smaller segments will add up to a bigger segment. That is your segment addition postulate, and we can apply the same thing to angles. Let's see this last example here. If the measure of angle SPR, so let's find SPR, so it's this angle right here, is 60. So first thing I do is I'm going to label that. I know that this angle in here is 60. And the measure of angle SPQ, so S to P to Q, SPQ, that's the whole thing. From here all the way to here is 121. What is the measure? By the way, if you see a little M in front, I guess I didn't mention that, M in front of angle, that means measure of angle, SPR. Measure of angle. Okay, so they want to know what is the measure of angle QPR. So they want to know what this angle is right there. I'll go ahead and put an X in there just to say that is the thing we are trying to figure out. Well, we know that two angles add up to a smaller angle, or add up to the bigger angle with the angle addition postulate. So angle SPR plus angle QPR equals angle, the big one, SPQ. We know the angle SPR is 60. Angle PQR is actually what they're asking us to find. We said that was X, but we know the big angle is 121. And now we have a pretty simple equation to solve. You can subtract 60 from both sides. X equals 61, and X was representing angle QPR. So angle QPR is 61 degrees.